right or left harder to detach?
Right.
Right, okay. I can see that. It's a bit tougher. Last question, okay?
Absolutely.
Big one. $5. How? How does Dr. Haval Norman survive off $5? Is there a higher or lower power supporting you?
Really, the fact of the matter is there are so many people out there who just need a vasectomy that there's enough to really drive our business, and I think keeping it at such a low cost is really what helps draw in these people that desperately need to make sure they never have children.
Is $5 the going rate and will continue at that rate, or will it rise? Because, I mean, your popularity is probably going to skyrocket. My show.
I mean, obviously, it's a constant question whether or not we should change the rate, but I think for now that the standard kind of $5 rate seems to work. I mean, it works for Subway with their footlongs, why not for ours as well?
Is this involved in any healthcare programs where you can buy one that covers genital insurance? Is this part of it, or because you're a family-owned business, do they have to pay on their own?
As of right now, there are very few health insurance policies that are that have decided to fully cover it. But many of them, because it is an accredited business and we have been able to demonstrate our proficiency in this, they do offer half coverage.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. So you can get at least one done.
Absolutely, and then if that maximizes the yearly allowed coverage, then you can simply come back the next year and finish the procedure.
Fixed payments. I understand. All right. Well, it was great having you on the show. Thank you, and I hope to have you on again, maybe with Nurse Rhodey next time. Oh, we've got questions.
All right.
All right. I think we might need to take a seat for this.
Absolutely.
Dr. Haval, you said you taught yourself
Yes.
to do this. How did you practice to teach yourself? Like, what did you practice on?
Well, it took a little training at first, but it started out originally in my teens because working in close proximity in our high school, I saw there was a tremendous advantage, even then, to helping take care of these men who clearly needed to never have children. And so I started off with just a very small operation and just even only 1 or 2 customers a day, and just worked on making it precise and consistent from each result. And after about the first couple dozen, I began to really see good quality results. So then after that, I expanded to a much larger operation.
Where did your operations were the janitors okay with you using their closet?
It wasn't the closet, actually. It was actually the showers, because the showers were the best way to kind of keep it as sterile as possible, and especially the athletic showers, that also tended to correlate with the highest ratio of people that needed to have that procedure.
I understand, and I know the quality of your work because I see so many men walking around with bloodstains right here, so you know that's a shoddy procedure.
Yeah,
Is this near Penn State? Is this near Penn State? The shower you said?
No, this is in China.
Oh.
Yeah, there unfortunately there are some certain facilities where they have tried to mimic the procedure, and for whatever reason or another haven't properly covered all the bases and removed the rest of them. So unfortunately, it is a business where you have to make sure you are seeking the true professional help and not just some shoddy craftsmanship.
So do you have, for teens who can't afford it, would you advise doing it on their own with staplers and pencils? Or do you think that they should just wait and come see you? Or should they go to their parents? Would they understand?
Well, if there is a true need, I think that they should come to see me. And for those that are under, I believe it's depending on the state, you have to seek parental permission and signed consent that it is acceptable for them.
If you're under 12.
Yeah. Just
That's when most kids start getting sexually active.
just to make sure that that obviously once puberty hits, then there are some major changes. And at that point, they should wait until puberty hits before trying to decide whether or not they truly need a procedure.
Have you ever performed an operation before they have dropped? Like in China, I know they don't have any restrictions on age. And with the one-child policy, they really promote your work.
Yeah, it is interesting how there have been some different, rules and legislation on one.
Is it like a C-section, or?
No, not really, but in those cases, it is much more difficult to properly do the procedure due to the lack of maturation, and in those cases, that's where we really see when, under those circumstances, if they don't come to true professionals like me and Rody, in those cases we really do tend to see the dangerous sort of after effects or the poor outcomes or infections, gangrene, massive bleeding, just general suffering.
Testinitis.
That's it's just unfortunate when it happens.
It looks like we've got another question.
All right.
Yes, Dr.
Excuse me, what is your name?
My name is Tyler, and
How old are you?
14. And I love Dr. Haval's work, and I was wondering is there any chance we could do one right now?
Have you seen the pictures?
I have
They're on his site.
Alright,
Yeah,
pictures
so
on the
if
site.
you go to the website, gonadsbegone.com, it explains the entire procedure and some very, basic steps just to...
Well, what if I'm interested now? Could that happen now?
I did bring my tools with me, so we could just go back to the car, I'll get them out, and after the show we can just have it done.
We'd have to find Nurse Rhodey though, because he can't perform without his ritual of just like, it's like a spank train, where it's like a spanking and then they slide under each other's legs and then another spanking, and it continues.
I just have to have it. It also is important, and I do have the CD with us in the car, so we still could do it outside. But it is important that for all our successes, we've always made sure that as the operation continues, we play "Baby Got Back" by.
Sounds great. I'm ready to do it as soon as we find Nurse.
We want to get you thinking sexually active now that you don't have any limits.
Exactly. So that's my overall goal.
And you'll be immune to STDs.
Oh, yeah.
Even better. Sounds great, Dr. Haval.
Thank you.
We have a question, James.
I see you're wearing a yellow shirt. Have you considered getting sponsorship from Lance Armstrong?
It's hard to say. I mean, issues of sponsorship have been proposed. Again, Rody is really one of the ones really trying to branch it out and look for the sort of business connections or severs that can be made. And athletes, it seems, are a little hard to predict. I mean,
Especially with your little dispute with Neil Armstrong. You performed it with him because he was too old to have the operation, but he insisted. But then you also had that fight with. I'm sorry, I wanted to get it out there because we're running low on time.
Sure.
But with Lance Armstrong, you have all these posters out there, and I know I've seen them, just massive billboards, whole buildings, skyscrapers that say, "Promote the real athletes," and it's got you holding up a scalpel and testicles in the other hand, and then it's got Lance Armstrong like injecting himself with blood, like sitting in a corner.
Yeah, but I mean, there is a true potential for sponsorship. Like I know, for example, a lot of sprinters really are looking to reduce their weight. So this is a really growing trend among them, and we're hoping that we can capitalize on that and demonstrate a real athletic advantage to vasectomies.
I think that's it for questions. I think we're going to call it a night, and
All right.
thank you for coming down once again.
Thank you.